Hey, everybody, family and friends and supporters near and far. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I know it's been over a month since I posted, and aside from personal messages and texts and phone calls, not everybody has been updated on what's been going on. So I wanted to do that for you. Today will be a little bit different. It'll be a actual lesson. So that's my style. I'm wearing my Albert Einstein T-shirt. I became a scientist because in most jobs you get in trouble for setting things on fire. Love it. Anyway, I had some results on my latest brain MRI, and they couldn't be any better. My radiation oncologist says if you looked at my initial MRI from when they mapped me for radiation to now, you wouldn't think you're looking at the same patient. I'm having continued positive results from the radiation, and I have those every 3 months. Um, I just had my most recent PET scan this week, but I don't have those images, but I have the images from the past PET scans, and I wanted to share that with you to give you an idea of what they're looking at and how they're writing their reports. So, this is an overall image of my body, and on this image, depending on how you're looking at it, this is the top, this is the bottom, this is the right, and this is the left. So you can see my tumor is in the right lung up at the top. It takes up a huge amount of space. My heart is down here. It's pushing on my heart. And you can see my fat rolls here, etc. So that is just an orientation for you. Also, if you ever have to have a PET scan, I highly recommend that you do not put your arms above your head. It's very uncomfortable. So if you have the option, keep your arms by your sides. Next, I want to show you the initial PET scan that showed John Adams' initial size, where he confirmed that he was stage 4. He was 11.5 centimeters by 10 by 9.5 centimeters. And I had made a scale model of him using a sock so that you guys could see in relation to my hand how big it is and how much space it's taking up in my chest. After treatment for about, I had 4 rounds of treatment, 4 treatment sessions. They did another PET scan, and this is another view of my full body. You can also see how the steroids were affecting me. I became very, very thick, very, very heavy. I gained 30 pounds, evidenced by my rolls, etc. But you can see this cloudy area up here is John Adams, and he did shrink. And according to the report, he shrank about 50%. And here is an image of him at that 50% mark through the PET scan. And you can see he's pulled away from the rib cage a little bit. He's moved up a little bit. So this was a very positive sign. And I made this scale model to show the difference between where he was at before treatment and where he was at after my first PET scan. Since then, the results have been millimeter differences. So the last PET scan I had in April, prior to the one I just had this week, you can see him shrinking even more. The phone calls I get from the oncologist are continued positive response to therapy, and that's all that we can hope for is continued positive response to therapy. And with that being said, I wanted to just say that I do a practice every night to help me calm down every night while I'm going to sleep, and that is a mantra. And it is particular to me, and I say out loud and in my head sometimes, I am having continued positive response to the radiation. The chemotherapy is working. The immunotherapy is working. There are no new growths. The tumors are shrinking or have disappeared, and the cancer is not spreading. And I say that over and over and over again until I get a little tongue twisted and I stop and I go to sleep. And it has brought a lot of peace to me at night because one of the uh, fears that a lot of patients have is not waking up in the morning. I don't have that fear. I wake up several times during the night, so I know I'm going to wake up. Um, Also, I just wanted to say that I lost a major support system in June. It involved an institution that I belonged to. It involved a family that I had created with the people at that institution, and that and years and years and years of work that I did for that institution. And it really took a toll on me emotionally and psychologically when it came to an end. And I had to switch my thinking because I could not let that negativity affect me. It did. And unfortunately, and I had to immediately like start thinking positively and be grateful for the time that I had spent with that institution, for the work I had done, for the lives I had touched, and know that in my heart that even though the institution is gone, and but the seeds have been planted in the community, in different people's lives, about how to take care of the world, how to take care of the environment, how to think about critically about the world, critically about science in particularly, how to be a better citizen, all of the stuff that I included in my teaching, not just the written curriculum, but the other curriculum that goes on in the classroom. I know those seeds have been planted and those plants will grow eventually. I Unfortunately, the thing that happens when you leave an institution is out of sight, out of mind. So you have to be intentional about reaching out to people and checking in, giving updates, talking about something else, not dwelling on the past, etc. And I have been intentional in doing that, keeping it positive, talking about the future, and just knowing that the past and everything that happened in the past is in the past. It can't change, and I can only grow from there. And so I've been very intentional about doing that. um, Sort of manifesting positivity. I also just want to remind everybody to take the small wins. um, you never know when those are going to happen. So let's pretend you have a blood pressure problem and you have to get your blood pressure checked in order to keep your job. And your blood pressure is normal the day that you get it checked in order to keep your job. Take it as a win and treat yourself. Um, when you don't get sick after a procedure, or you have a positive result after a procedure, or the results are negative on a test that you have, take it as a win. If you were able to declutter a box that's been sitting in your closet for years and got it down to either nothing or, a small pile of something, take it as a win. It's okay to not have everything done at one time, and it's okay if it's this big of a win. It's still a win. Keep failing forward when you feel like you can't move on, that things are dragging you down. Keep failing forward. Mistakes are lessons, and we need to learn from them and take them to heart. And the last thing I just wanted to say was, and I'm wearing Albert Einstein just haphazardly with what I'm about to say, but he said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So when you get caught into that cycle of, I keep trying to do this, I keep doing that, and nothing is changing in my life, you need to try something different. And it might be scary, but it will be worth it. And it's okay to be scared. You'll deal with it when it happens. The anxiety of not trying, or the anxiety of failing, if you try, is not worth the time or energy that you put into it. Try, see how it works out, revise your plan, try again, and hope for the best. Hope is the best medicine right now. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you.